Hi everyone, so today we'll be talking about greedy algorithms. So we'll be taking a look at what a greedy algorithm is and what kind of problem and what to apply, where to apply this kind of algorithm. So this is just an introductory video. We'll cover what a greedy algorithm is, what kind of questions does it solve, and in this playlist we'll be taking a couple of uh, questions, some lead code easy, some lead code medium, and some lead code hard to try and understand these kind of problems. All right. Uh, okay. So what is a greedy algorithm? So a greedy algorithm is an algorithm that solves optimization problems. So what is an optimization problem? So optimization problems are the one where maximum or minimum is asked, right? So let's say for example you are given an array and then you have to, based on some condition, you have to find like maximum sum or maximize the profit. So let's say you are given an array and this array has cost of something, and then uh, you can buy at this cost, sell at this cost, and then there will be various scenarios, right? You can buy at this position, sell at this position, or you can buy at this position and then sell later at this position. So you have to basically find maximum profit or minimum loss or something like that, and in this manner you will be solving these kind of problems. So one thing to remember is that an optimization problem can be solved either using DP or using greedy, and by DP we mean dynamic programming. So so how does a greedy approach differs with DP, right? So in DP, what we are going to do is we are going to explore all the options and then arriving at the solution. So maybe what we can do is maybe try and explore all the various combinations, so like sell at J and buy at I, and then we have to maximize this thing, right, for maximizing profit. So we can take all the pairs and then using that information we are going to solve this problem. So the answer that comes up is going to be your global maximum. But in DP what we do is we take a look at constraints and check if those constraints allow us a situation where we do not have to explore all the options. So in DP we don't explore all the options, right? So this is one of the fundamental differences between a greedy algorithm and a DP based approach. And another thing that you have to remember is that since we are exploring all the options in dynamic programming approach, so every optimization problem can be solved using DP, but can be solved using DP. But the same cannot be said for greedy approach. So can't solve every optimization problem. Why? Because for some scenarios there can be, so what if your constraints do not allow you that freedom where you are not going to explore all the options, right? So in those scenarios your DP approach will work, but your greedy approach is not always going to work, right? So let's take an example. So let's take an example and say you are given an array, and then in this array, so let's say 7 1 3 5 2 and 4, or yeah, let's maybe take 6 also, right? So you are given this array. What this array represents is that a of I represents cost of a given commodity on ith day, right? So on 0th day this cost was 7, on first day it was 1, on second day it was 3, and so on. So you have to maximize the profit, right? So what we can do is that in a DP based approach, what we can do is in 7, you can buy at 7 and then sell at any of these days, right? So these are the possible pairs that will be made using this, right? 7 1 7 3 7 5 2, sorry, 7 2 and then 7 6. So these are your possible combinations just for 7, right? So here your profit is -6, here your profit is -4, here your profit is -2, here your profit is -5, and here your profit is -1. But we see that 7 is your maximum. So if this is a list of this stock for 7 days, then obviously, since at first day your stock price was maximum, right? So obviously you are not going to buy that day. You are obviously going to follow this approach where you are going to buy this low and sell this high, right? So this is what we are trying to do. So this is kind of a greedy approach. So if we are not exploring these scenarios, right, we are going to follow DP and sorry, greedy. And why? Because obviously we are not interested in 7, because why would we buy on 7 when obviously there are days which have prices lower than 7, right? So that is number one observation. So that is one. And okay, so what we can do now is, okay, let's try and plot these prices on a graph, right? So I think shapes, graph. So your price on ith day was 7, now it goes down to 1, now it goes to 3, now it goes to 5, then it goes to 2, then it goes to 4, and then it goes to 6, right? So if we see carefully, then we can buy at 1 and then sell at 6, and your answer is going to be 5 here, right? So in DP, what we could have done is, like, we explore all the solutions. So we buy at 7 and check if we sell at 1, what is going to be our solution, then 3, then 5, then 2, then 4, and then 6. After that is done, after that iteration for 7 is done, what we will be doing is we will be doing the same for 1 also. So like 1 3, like buy at 1, sell at 3, sell at 5, sell at 2, sell at 4, and sell at 6. So we'll keep track of how much the profit, how much the maximum profit has occurred till now. Then we will repeat this process for 3. So 3 5, 3 2, 3 4, and 3 6. But is it necessary? Like, is it necessary to explore all the options? So like, well, if we are just interested in answer, then we know for sure that going to explore all the options is definitely going to produce us with a solution. But there can be a clever way, and the clever way is to see that so the clever way is just to see that when are we going to buy. We are going to buy when your a of this value is lower than your previous value, right? So at that point, it means that your commodity is basically, like, its stock is basically decreasing, and at that point of time we are going to buy, right? So for 1, we will check that if the stock is rising or decreasing. So for 1, it's decreasing. So what we'll do is, from 1, we will keep track of the profits, right? So 3 5, sorry, 5 3. So 3 minus 1 is 2, 5 minus 1 is 4. So right now our maximum profit is 2. Then we'll check for 2. So 2 minus 1 is 1, 4 minus 1 is 3, and 6 minus 1 is 5, right? So we'll track that. Now what we'll do, once you have reached here, now you will try to check from here. So 6 minus 3, 6 minus 5, 6 minus 2, so on and so forth, right? So this is like a greedy approach to solve this problem. So yeah, this is what a greedy algorithm is. And in this playlist, we are going to solve a couple of problems. There will be some easy problems, there will be some medium problems, and there will be some hard problems also, just to make sure that we understand this algorithm in depth. And then we should be comfortable by, like, after I'll say 15 or 20 problems, we should be comfortable enough to go out and solve more problems, right? So that is the goal of this video and of this playlist. So yeah, thank you.